Good evening and welcome to the news roundup for Thursday the 3rd of October. Before we get into the news, please remember to like this video, share your views in the comments, and share the video with your family and friends.
Reach them! Always make sure the message reach them!
Now for the news in detail. The Jamaica Labour Party is criticizing the People's National Party for its decision to select attorney Isaac Buchanan as one of its candidates for the upcoming general elections, in light of Buchanan's previous criminal convictions. The PNP announced on Tuesday that Buchanan will represent it in the East Portland seat. In a media release on Wednesday, the JLP said, in light of that decision, the PNP now has no moral authority to speak on matters concerning corruption, crime and ethics. The JLP pointed out that Buchanan was convicted in Jamaica for possession of, dealing in and taking steps to smuggle cocaine. He was also sentenced to approximately 10 years imprisonment in a United States prison for similar drug smuggling crimes. While we believe in possible rehabilitation and redemption, Buchanan's recent crude, misogynistic and lewd remarks directed at a senior female public servant and his description of some Jamaicans as ugly confirm his unbecoming conduct and poor judgment are not things of the past, the JLP said. The decision by the Mark Golding-led PNP, which professed to have an integrity committee which vets candidates to confirm and endorse Buchanan, reinforces the fact that the PNP cannot be trusted with governing Jamaica, it continued. Buchanan's past has been a point of contention, with him being denied the chance to become a justice of the peace because of his criminal convictions. Buchanan had applied to the Custos of Kingston in January of 2017 to be a JP. However, in May of 2019, the Custos advised him that he and the advisory committee for the Custos had reviewed his application and decided that they would not recommend his commission as a JP on the basis that they were not satisfied that he was a person of unquestionable character. He was further told that the information received by the Custos indicated that he had failed to disclose that he had previous criminal convictions when making his application. Meanwhile, in December of 2023, Buchanan was handed a 2-year suspension by a disciplinary panel of the General Legal Counsel after he was found guilty of professional misconduct for offensive comments he directed at the country's chief prosecutor, Paula Llewellyn. He was granted a stay of the 2-year suspension from practicing law, pending the outcome of his appeal against the suspension period, which has been described as excessive. The People's National Party says it strongly supports the candidacy of Attorney-at-Law Isaac Buchanan for the East Portland constituency in the upcoming general elections. The PNP says criticisms from the Jamaica Labour Party reveal a glaring hypocrisy and a blatant attempt at political opportunism regarding the issue of rehabilitation. The party notes that the JLP has had among its ranks former ministers who face imprisonment for corruption. Notably, Clevie Lewis, a former JLP minister, was re-elected after conviction, demonstrating that past transgressions have not prevented political success within their ranks. Unfortunately for the JLP, a pattern emerges where former ministers who were convicted were members of their party, including J.A.G. Smith, who was imprisoned in the early 1990s after a conviction. The PNP says it acknowledges that individuals can rehabilitate and return to serve their communities. With that in mind, it says Buchanan's past does not define him, but rather highlights that his commitment to positive change exemplifies the principles of redemption that the PNP advocates. The JLP's attempts to tarnish Buchanan's reputation stand in stark contrast to their own history, where individuals such as the aforementioned late Clevie Lewis, who was elected 3 times after leaving prison. The inconsistency raises questions about the JLP's sincerity in its support of rehabilitation and expungement programs. The PNP says while it has never sought to politicize the past of any individual, the JLP's current stance against Isaac Buchanan underscores a troubling double standard. The PNP says it has consistently advocated for the principle of allowing those who have served their time the opportunity to return to public life. Government Minister Daryl Vaz says he has instructed his attorneys to take action against persons who have been making disparaging remarks regarding his United States visa. Vaz says he will not hold back in protecting his reputation. There has been a renewed public discourse surrounding Vaz's visa after his ruling Jamaica Labour Party bashed the opposition People's National Party for selecting attorney Isaac Buchanan as one of its candidates for the upcoming general elections in light of Buchanan's previous criminal convictions. But the PNP has hit back, saying it believes that individuals can be rehabilitated and return to serve their communities. The party accused the JLP of hypocrisy, arguing that it has had among its ranks former members who face imprisonment for corruption. It also noted the cloud that faced Vaz when he was issued with a US visa that had an annotation. Vaz's US visa was revoked in 2019. In 2021, the United States Embassy in Kingston reinstated Vaz's travel permit with a waiver annotation. Today, Vaz noted that former US Ambassador to Jamaica, Donald Tapia, spoke extensively about the circumstances that led to the issue and clarified the matter in 2021, and that by 2022 the issue was rectified and clearance given. In an effort to highlight that he is in possession of a US travel document that is annotation free, Vaz has publicly shared a photograph of his US visa information. Last month marked 2 years since the allegations were found to be baseless and politically contrived, and I have since then been reissued my 10-year US visa with clearance, he said. Ambassador Tapia spoke publicly about the politically motivated witch hunt in 2021, which gave US authorities reason to believe any such waiver was necessary. Both my diplomatic and 10-year B1, B2 US visas were issued in 2022 after all the necessary clearances would have been approved, he added. Vaz says claims regarding his US visa are malicious and politically motivated. As stated, I hold no reservations in ensuring I protect my reputation, and having already filed lawsuit against senior members of the PNP, I have no issues in extending that to other members of their party. Retired head of the Jamaica Constabulary Force's Crime and Security Portfolio, Fitz Bailey, has been temporarily appointed as a Deputy Commissioner for the Royal Turks and Caicos Islands Police Force. The appointment will take effect on Monday the 7th of October. Bailey, who retired from the JCF last month after serving the constabulary for 40 years, was appointed to provide further resilience to the police force in the Turks and Caicos Islands, according to the island's Commissioner of Police, Edwin Martin. In a letter dated October 1, 2024, announcing Bailey's temporary appointment as the island's second Deputy Commissioner, Martin further disclosed that he was taking a leave of absence for 6 weeks due to unavoidable personal reasons that cannot be deferred. Bailey, whose last rank in the JCF was that of Deputy Commissioner, retired on September 7th. The veteran crime fighter holds a Master's of Science degree in Psychology and Criminal Investigation from the University of Liverpool, a Master of Science degree in National Security and Strategies from the University of the West Indies, and an Associate degree in Accounting from the Management Institute for National Development. He was also recognized at the national level with an Order of Distinction in the rank of officer. The Jamaica Labour Party has condemned what it described as fake and misleading news being disseminated by what it says are operatives of the opposition People's National Party. JLP Deputy General Secretary Charles Sinclair says the content circulating on social media platforms include fake commentary from international media on Prime Minister Andrew Holness.
The public that PNP operatives have been circulating malicious and fake content on WhatsApp and other social media platforms, including TikTok, which pretends to reflect commentary from international media houses concerning Prime Minister Andrew Holness. The content is misleading, fake, and generated via artificial intelligence. We condemn the circulation of this fake and malicious content, which reflects the levels the PNP will sink to in their desperation for power.
The Manchester police seized a firearm that was found in a garbage bin at a bar on Thursday morning in Pike District in the parish. The police said about 1 a.m. a patrol team carried out a snap raid at the bar. During the raid, a 9mm single-action pistol was found in the bin. The serial number was erased from the pistol. No charges specific to the weapon have yet been laid. However, during the raid, the bar operator, who is also a bartender at the business establishment, was arrested and charged for a breach of the Spirit License Act and operating beyond opening hours. A member of the Jamaica Defense Force is among 3 people charged following the seizure of an illegal firearm and ammunition in St. Elizabeth. Those charged are JDF soldier Shevin Buchanan, otherwise called Soji, Shavar Williams, also known as Bag Juice, and the sound system operator of Stonehenge District, Cambridge in St. James, Dwayne Goldberg. The men are charged for possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. Reports are that about 1:45 on Sunday afternoon, the 3 were traveling in a blue Toyota Mark X motor car along the YS Main Road in St. Elizabeth when they were signaled to stop. The driver complied. During a search of the vehicle, one .40 Smith & Wesson pistol with a magazine containing 10 rounds was found in the center console. The 3 men were arrested and transported to the Black River Police Station where they were subsequently charged. The Westmoreland police are probing a case where a fire occurred at the home of a man whose body was found in a state of decomposition. He is 50-year-old labourer Orville Rowe of Old School Road in Negril. Reports are that about 12:40 a.m. today, the local fire department responded to a blaze at a house. The police were also called to the scene. During a search of the premises, the decomposing body of Rowe was found on a bed on the first floor of his house. The body was removed for storage and a post-mortem is to be conducted. In business, the Statistical Institute of Jamaica reported a 0.2 growth in the economy for Q2 of 2024 compared to Q2 of 2023, primarily driven by a 1.5% increase in goods-producing industries. However, this growth was offset by a 0.2 decline in the services industries, marking the first decline since Q1 of 2021. Within goods-producing sectors, agriculture, forestry and fishing rose by 3.4%, mining and quarrying by 4%, and manufacturing by 1.8%, while construction saw a 1.9% drop. The decline in services was influenced by decreases in wholesale and retail trade, repairs, government services, and real estate activities. In sports, a week after being coy about her future in the sport in a media interview at her Pocket Rocket Foundation scholarship ceremony, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce has parted company with her coach for the last 5 years, Ronaldo Walcott, at the Elite Performance Track Club. However, it is unclear who will coach the 5-time world 100-meter gold medalist in her 18th season as a professional athlete. The 37-year-old, who withdrew from the 100-meter semifinals at the Paris Olympics in August due to injury, had raced sparingly last season due to a persistent knee injury. In addition to dipping under 10.7 seconds multiple times under the guidance of Coach Walcott, Fraser-Pryce also won Olympic 100-meter silver at the Tokyo Games in 2021, gold at the 2022 World Championship, and bronze at the 2023 World Championships, while at the Elite Performance Track Club. And on the entertainment scene, the Bob and Rita Marley Foundations will host its biannual health fair at the Sedelabuka Basic School in 9 Miles next Thursday, October 10. The event will commence at 8 a.m. and will see over 400 residents living in the birth and resting place of the King of Reggae benefiting from medical and civil services. The services that will be available include medical consultations, home visits, dental and eye care. A mobile pharmacy will also be on location, catering to the needs of residents attending the event. Attendees will also be able to access services relating to civil registration documents and other social services, such as consultation with the Health and Registrar General departments. And that is it for your news roundup for today. We would appreciate you liking this video, leaving a comment, and sharing the video with your family and friends. Have a good evening and see you next time.